Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany and today we're doing another hit or shit on these babies right here. It's been a hot minute since I've done one of these videos, so I figured I would start with this one again because this has been so hyped on the internet right now. This is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra Wear Foundation. I think that's how you say it. I literally just YouTubed how to say it, so hopefully that's right. If not, I will leave that right here on the screen what the actual name of this is, but I got 2 shades at the Sephora VIB sale, so I've worn this a few times so far. I haven't worn it for an extended period of time yet, so I really wanted to test this out, wear it throughout the day, and see how it wears on my skin. If you guys hear stuff in the background, it's just my window that's open and it's raining out, so yeah, let's get past that. I'm going to be wearing this throughout the day, show you guys how it wears, tell you guys my thoughts on it, and yeah, basically telling you guys if it's a hit or shit in my opinion. So keep in mind when I do these videos, this is solely based on my opinion. My skin is very combination. I would say it's more oily on the T-zone and then dry on the outside, but let's face it, my skin is so bipolar, it changes every single day. So this is solely based on my opinion. You guys may love this, you guys may hate this. I don't even know how I feel about it completely yet. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So if you guys like these videos where I wear them throughout the day and tell you guys my thoughts on them, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe before you guys leave, and let's do this! Alright, so first thing I'm going to do is pull this up on the Sephora website. Don't forget, use your EBATES if you guys buy from Sephora. Right now they're 8% cash back. You guys can see that right here. But we're going to move on to what the information is on this foundation. So retail price is going to be $47, and this line has 40 shades. That is fucking amazing. Every brand, take notes. This is how you do a foundation line. This has from very fair to very deep complexions. They, I feel like, will literally have a foundation for every single person. And if they don't, you got some definitely unique skin tone. So I would definitely say that is an excellent range. I feel like $47 for 1 fluid ounce is definitely on the more pricey side because I do favor a lot of drugstore foundations, but I mean, it's Lancome, so it's definitely going to be more expensive, but I've really been finding I've been loving this brand. And details on this is an oil-free, long-wear liquid foundation that delivers medium to full coverage and leaves a natural-looking velvety matte finish for up to 24 hours. So this is claiming it will last for 24 hours. It's oil-free, so it should be safe for all skin types. Long-wearing liquid foundation, I mean, obviously that's self-explanatory. Medium to full coverage. Being that I've used this a few times, I feel like it's definitely more medium coverage, but it's definitely buildable. So I really like that about it. And I would definitely agree that it is velvety matte because it's not so matte where your face looks dead. It's very, I would say, natural looking. Like, I really love the finish of this foundation. So I feel like that detail is spot on. What it does for those long days, this foundation gives the full coverage, comfortable long wear that you need. Not thick or greasy, this foundation's innovative formula gives all skin tones flawless complexion perfecting coverage, while the broad spectrum SPF 15 sunscreen protects. So this does have SPF 15. That's pretty low, so it will give you a little bit of sun protection, but I don't think that's too much. I feel like it probably won't flash back in photography. When you get into those higher SPFs, that's when you'll notice that white flashback. Like the Estee Lauder Double Wear, that's the one that really stands out to me, that gives that really intense flashback. So SPF 15, definitely look out for that, but we'll test that out today as well. Redness, pores, and invisible perfection visibly disappear, evening the skin tone and leaving a mattified yet natural result. Formulated with Color True NIA pigments. I don't even know what that means. It maintains your skin's pH level so the color stays put all day long, meaning your makeup doesn't need to be retouched, and provides a transfer-resistant coverage. Plus, it's infused with perlite and silica absorbing oil for a shine-free wear. This is pretty intense claims that this has on it, so I'm so excited to wear this throughout the day because, like I said, I've worn it for probably like 3 to 4 hours tops. And I think it looks amazing on my skin. But because it looks amazing for 3 to 4 hours, 10, 11 hours, that'll be the true test. But I definitely think, like I said, everybody with every sort of skin tone will definitely be able to use this. I think all skin types will be able to use this, but like I said, I can only speak for my skin, and those are just my initial thoughts on it. And then what else you need to know, this expert formula took Lancome 8 years of research to perfect and unveil. God damn, 8 years, holy shit. People get PhDs in 8 years, so that's a long ass time. This product is oil free, which I said before. It's fragrance free, so it should be very easy to wear for sensitive skin types. Transfer resistant, non-comedogenic, dermatologist tested, and suitable for all skin types. It's 35 shades, which now they have 40. That's at least what's on the Sephora website. Were developed based on real skin tones so that everyone can find their perfect match. And I definitely agree. And one thing I really love about the Sephora website is you can hover over all of the colors and it will tell you like fair skin with cool pink undertones, medium skin with yellow undertones. Like it tells you exactly what shades you would need, and that's how I picked these two out. Like normally I'll go online and I'll actually look at swatches so I could really see how the swatches look, because sometimes they don't have descriptions on what the shades look like, whereas this does. I picked these solely based on, it says, I got 2 shades because I got my summer shade and my current shade. So the first one I got was 360, and the information on this one is for medium skin with neutral undertones, and I was really looking for a more neutral undertone foundation, so that's how I landed on this one. And then for 420 it says medium to deep skin tones with neutral undertones. So again, I was looking for neutral, but like most people in the summer, your skin gets darker, so I just wanted a little bit of a darker foundation. So this 360 matches me perfectly right now. I think it might be a little bit dark, but I like that in a foundation. I look to look darker. So this one, I have been really loving the color match. I think it is dead nuts to what I was looking for. So that's all of that information there. So let's get into the demo, and I'm going to just kind of fly through this. And then after I'm done applying it, I'll pop back on here and let you guys know what I think of it, even though I've basically already done that. So let's get into the demo so you guys can see it apply on my skin. I will be building it up because it doesn't cover everything that I want it to on the first shot. So yeah, let's get into the demo.
Trace of the night on the way back down from the sky where you left my soul. Can you help me fly? I can't resist, 'cause you have got a hold on me. And all these thoughts, when you are here, you light up the dark sides to live in the night shine. You take my life and light every side. You fade the dark inside. The living night shines.
Alright, so that's going to be everything for the demo. I have my complete face covered, my neck and my ears. Don't forget your neck and your ears, people. But I think this cover is absolutely amazing. You guys probably saw that I did 2 layers on my cheeks just because I do have a little bit more redness there, but everywhere else was 1 layer. So I think this cover is excellent. As far as looking at it up close, I definitely think it minimizes the appearance of pores, but I also did use the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Pores primer, so that also helps as well. But I feel like this looks very natural. It doesn't emphasize texture at all. It just makes your skin look really skin-like, so I feel like this would be an excellent foundation for spring and summer. So that was another reason I really wanted to do this, because after wearing it for a certain amount of time, I felt like this was a really great foundation, especially the shade range. That was like the #1 thing I'm like, more brands need to learn from Lancome when it comes to shade ranges, because I'm so sick of seeing all these brands come out with foundations and having like 12 colors. Like, That's not practical at all. So they did an excellent job with that. I love the formula. It feels super lightweight on my skin. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish all of my makeup now. I'll pop back on here for my first check-in, I guess you could say, and then I will continuously check in throughout the day. And I didn't mention this, but I did apply everything with a beauty blender. If you guys like the videos where I do half of my face with a brush and half with a blender, please let me know because I can always do that for you. But 9 times out of 10, I always use a beauty sponge, so I feel like this is the way that I prefer it. But I know you guys probably like seeing with a brush on one side and a sponge, so definitely leave that in the comments down below for future videos, because I really like doing these foundation reviews just because this is the base of your makeup. This is the most important part of makeup, I think, is your foundation, because you always want your skin to look good. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish the rest of my makeup, and I'll pop back on when I'm finished. Alright guys, this is my makeup completely done. It is now 1:41. I did a Facebook Live doing the rest of my makeup, and shit gets on and popping during my live videos, and I get so sidetracked, so it took me a little bit longer than expected. So it took me like an hour to do my makeup, but normally it would not take me that long. I just need to stop doing live videos because I get so sidetracked while I'm doing them. But I love interacting with you guys, and because I can't do them on YouTube yet, I do them on there. So if you guys ever want to catch me live on Facebook, always hit me up on there. I'll leave that link down below. But this is my makeup completely done. I feel like it came out excellent today. I think it looks very natural, and that's the look that I was going for today. I'm feeling a little bit oily in like this area right here, but I think it's just because I've been sitting in front of these hot lights for so long. So I'm gonna call the original time noon, so 12 o'clock p.m. because like I said, I've had this foundation on since I started the video, and I think ultimately it looks very skin-like, it looks very natural, and I just love how this is looking. Ultimately, I think this looks amazing. I think it looks very skin-like. Perfect foundation for daytime appropriate makeup, natural-esque makeup, or you could really amp it up with the more coverage. I feel like this is such a universal foundation so far. We'll see how it performs throughout the day. So I'll check back in a couple hours after I do some things, film some videos. Yeah, we're gonna see how this wears today. So first check-in is going to be 1:45. I think it's looking amazing, so stay tuned in a couple hours and I'll hit you guys back. Alright you guys, I'm back for my second check-in. It is now 6:37. So I've had this on for about 6.5 hours now, and I think this looks fucking amazing. This is holding up so well. I don't even think I have a foundation that looks like this. Maybe the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea one, but I feel like this looks even more natural because it allows my oils to really pull through in like a supernatural way, if that makes sense. But looking really close to my face, I see my mascara looks like a hot mess for one. I got a lot of darkness under here from my mascara shedding, but as far as for the foundation, I'm noticing some oiliness right in around my nose creases, and then right on like where all my large pores are, right in my T-zone. And then a tiny, tiny bit on my forehead, but nothing that I would complain about. But on camera, it looks the exact same as it did earlier. It did not oxidize on me either. I think this looks so good. And it does not have flashback, at least for the pictures that I took. I'll insert a picture here of one that I took with no editing, no nothing. And that is exactly what it looked like right in front of my ring light. But I think this looks so natural. Like, I feel like since I do have some oils coming through, it still doesn't really look oily though. Like, it looks, if anything, like luminous, I guess. It doesn't really look oily, I don't think. So I think everything is looking really well for right now, especially for 6.5 hours. So yeah, I'll pull you guys in so you guys can get like a better look at what it looks like. Welcome to like Pore Central right now. But like right in here is where I was talking about, but it's not breaking up. Like, that's one thing it usually does, is when I get oily right there, usually it will start to like almost like form like a slit, if that makes sense, and then it will start to break apart, whereas even though it's oily, it's not moving. So that is amazing that it does that. And then as far as for right here, you can see like a little bit of shine. I have not touched up or anything like that, so for not touching up at all, I think this looks awesome. And then you can see a little bit on my forehead. And as you can also see, I do have a lot of texture in my skin, and I feel like, especially when this is zoomed out, it makes my skin look incredible. So we'll zoom you guys back out. And then like I said, like I think my skin right now, looking at it and looking in the viewfinder, you cannot see that texture like you can obviously that close, but I think this is wearing amazing. I would say this one's up there with like my Sephora Perfection Miss Airbrush foundation, because if you guys saw my review on that, that wore amazing on me. I think this wears even better than that so far. So I think that's it for this check-in. I will check back in another couple hours for my probably final check-in. Maybe I'll do 2 more, but most likely it'll be just 1 more. But yeah, so far so good. I'm loving it. Alright you guys, it's now 8 o'clock. I wanted to update you guys because I noticed my oils are really pulling through. I'm looking hella luminous right now, which I'm still okay with because like I said, it's summer and glowy skin is what we want. So I'm really liking how it looks right now. On my chin, I'm noticing it big time, but if you scroll in, is that a thing? Scroll in. You could really see where it's pulling through, but it doesn't break up, which is nice. Usually on my skin, when I get oily, my foundation breaks up and everything is still intact. At least it looks like it through the viewfinder. But ultimately, I'm still really liking the finish on this. It's just getting a little bit more luminous. So if you don't like that, you might not like this foundation, but I still think it's on and popping. So I'm gonna have a few drinks with my friends. I'll be back in a few hours. All right, you guys, it's final check-in time, and guess what time it is? It is now 12:14 a.m. on May 30th. So it is officially the next day, and it's been 12 hours since I first applied this foundation to my face, and this looks absolutely amazing. It is definitely not matte like it says it is, in my opinion. It is definitely luminous. It has a very luminous finish on me right now. I am curious to see how it would react with a different primer, because I did use the IT Cosmetics Bye Pores primer, which is a serum primer. So I feel like this would not probably be as luminous if I used a different primer, but I'll definitely give that a try and see what I think about it. But first impression of like a long wear foundation, this looks amazing. I think the coverage is the exact same. Like this little spot is the giveaway. That looks the exact same as it did when I covered it initially. And everything else is still in exact place. Nothing has creased, nothing has moved. I have a little hair on my nose, but under my nose it broke up a tiny, tiny bit. I'll do a close-up so you guys can see, but that is the only place it's really moved significantly. Yeah, other than that, I think everything looks remotely the same. Here, I'll pull you guys in close so you guys can get a good look. But where I'm really noticing is in this little area right here. But I feel like if I had like a brush or even like a tissue paper, I could have just went boop, 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 and it wouldn't have done that. Don't mind my nails or like the paint all over my hands. But I feel like if I would have just dabbed it out, it would have been fine. But like I said, I did not blot or anything today. This is pure foundation wear, and that is it. There's been no touch-ups, no anything. And I feel like this looks, I even got paint on my face. Oh my god. I feel like this wore incredible. Even like my powders are all still there, and for 12 hours, I think this looks absolutely amazing. Do I think it will last 24 hours? Probably not, just because of how much my oils are really starting to pull through and how luminous it looks. But since my last check-in, I don't think it looks any different. I feel like, if anything, my nose just started to wear off more, but I definitely think this could last longer than 12 hours, but realistically, how often are you going to actually wear a foundation for over 12 hours? I feel like if it lasts 12 hours, you're good, because that's usually a full day's worth of makeup, normally, unless it's like a specific occasion. But I feel like this wore absolutely amazing, and it's perfect for spring and summer. It's very natural, very luminous, dewy, perfectly weather appropriate, because obviously when it's warm out, you're going to be like sweaty. And I feel like this just gives you like a very realistic, no makeup look, I think. That's just my opinion on it. I think this is one of the most natural foundations that I have. I'm just going to pull you guys back out real quick, and I'll talk to you guys a little bit more about other foundations that this reminds me of. Alright, so as I'm sitting in the car on the way home from our friend's house, I'm sitting there like, what foundation does this remind me of? Like, it reminds me formula-wise of the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Do I think they're exactly the same? I do not, but I'm going to swatch these just because I'm like, I feel like it's really similar, but I didn't pair them side by side, so I'm not really sure. So we're about to find out right here. So I just put 2 little dots right here. This one here is going to be the Too Faced Born This Way, and then this one is the Lancome. I could tell you just from putting a dot on my skin, the Too Faced Born This Way is a lot more liquidy. Just with the little dot you could see this one definitely expanded a lot more. So let's blend these out and see how they feel compared to each other. I mean, obviously they're both liquidy. They're both liquid foundation. I feel like the Lancome one is a little bit, you can't even see it on my skin. I feel like the Lancome one is a bit more like sticky, so it like adheres to the face better, whereas the Too Faced Born This Way, it almost like glides over the skin, you know what I mean? But I love the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. That is like one of my number ones. But this Lancome one I feel like is going to be more long lasting just by rubbing these two out and seeing how it like almost sticks to my skin. But I feel like those two are the closest in my collection that I could think of off the top of my head that remind me the most of each other. Just by formula, the way that they wear, I, like I said, love the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. So seeing how I like this one so much, I felt like they would be pretty similar, but they definitely are still different. So I am extremely happy. I would definitely say that this is an absolute hit product. I highly recommend it. I think it looks amazing, especially for summer. Warm weather, because it was like, I would say like 75, 80 degrees out today, and it wore like this. Like, I think it looks amazing. All right, so last thing I want to cover is going back to all the claims. This is the one thing I always forget to do, but I want to go back to the claims and just tell you guys whether I agree or disagree with what it claims to do. So the first thing is long wearing. Yes, definitely agree with that. This has lasted over 12 hours. 100% would say it's long wearing. Delivers medium to full coverage. 100% agree with that. I would say it's medium coverage and it's very buildable, so you can take it up to a full coverage if you choose to. Leaves a natural looking velvety matte finish for up to 24 hours. I would say this leaves a more luminous dewy finish. That's just me looking at it in the mirror, but that could be just the primer that I used. I'm going to try it with other primers and let you guys know what I think about it if you guys are interested. And then the other thing was redness, pores, and imperfections visibly disappear. I don't think they disappear, but I think they definitely diminish. So that is a plus in my book. I used a pore filler primer, so that could have something to do with it as well. So overall, I would have to say this is a complete hit product. I'm having such good luck with foundation reviews. I've liked every single one, but this one is my number one. Like, this outbeats my Sephora Perfection Mist Airbrush Foundation. It does. This performed so much better. Like, I went back and looked at my footage from when I filmed that, and as much as I like that foundation, I like this one so much more. Like, there's a reason I've been reaching for this so much, and this is exactly why. I just really wanted to test it out to see how long it would last, and for 12 hours, I think we're doing pretty good. So that's going to be everything for this hit or shit on the Lancome foundation. If you guys are interested, I'll leave these linked down below where you can find it. I think it's at Sephora and Ulta. Don't forget to use your EBATES if you guys shop online. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If there's anything else you want me to review for you guys, please leave it in the comments down below. If you guys enjoy these videos, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to my channels, and I hope to see you guys in my next one. Peace!